How's everybody doing this evening? So there's not a real speaking program tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to go over some quick things. Some people are asking some very important questions, so we decided that we'd get on the mic and share them with you. My name is Jerome Smith. I am Mayor Walsh's Chief of Civic Engagement here in the city of Boston, and we would like to welcome here to our very first Charlestown open house. It's a new idea that came out of our cabinet to try and bring government and make it more accessible by bringing every city department out to Charlestown to talk about all the number of things that are going on and their access to all the information. If you have any questions about things in your neighborhood, every commissioner, department head are sitting at tables here that can answer your questions. And so as you walk around, you'll see a number of us with name tags on. You can stop, you can ask any question you want. We can direct you to the right department to answer that question. If there are a group of you that want to talk about the school department or about roads or about a project, we can bring you to that different commissioner and department head and do that. And then also, just for a quick moment, without further ado, I'd like to turn this over to our boss who encouraged us to do this tonight, Mayor Martin J. Walsh.
Thank you, Jerome. If I could have everyone's attention just for about less than 5 minutes. I just need you for less than 5 minutes. I want to first of all thank the Harvard Kent for allowing us the opportunity to be here. The Level 1 Harvard Kent in the city of Boston. They're doing incredible things. I want to thank the Warren Tavern and the Brewer's Fork for donating the food, the pizza, and refreshments tonight. And I think that's all my thank yous. And I want to thank all of you for showing up tonight. I want to give a shout out to a couple people. Your city councilor, Sala Martinez, here. Your state representative, Danny Ryan, is here. From A1, Captain Fong is here. Chris Breen, your neighborhood liaison, is here. And Sal DiDomenico, the senator, he's going to be on his way. He'll be here in a few minutes. The reason why we're here tonight is that we started out in my first 3 years as mayor. We went around the city of Boston and we did what was called Mondays with the Mayor, where we went into a school or into an auditorium and we had all the department heads, all the cabinet people there, and we started, I took questions from the audience, I talked about what was happening in the city of Boston, and we were going back and forth on different things, and made some connections at the end of the meeting to sit down with the right departments that you're concerned about. Jerome and his shop had a conversation with me not too long ago, and they said, let's try something new. So tonight's the first time in the history of our city that we have every single department from the city of Boston, or just about every department from the city of Boston, here with us tonight at the Harvard Kent. So if you have an issue to talk about traffic or the North Washington Street Bridge, you want to go down to the transportation table or the public works table to talk about where we are in the planning of that and where it is as far as the construction of that. There's a lot of development going on in Charlestown. If you have questions about development, we have the BPDA, the Boston Planning and Development Agencies here tonight, and their staff is here. If you have a question about a specific project tonight, not everyone has the same concerns or same ideas, so you go down to that table. If you have a question about Department of Neighborhood Development, you can ask them. If you have a question about Boston Center of Youth and Families, you can ask them. If you have a question on Parks and Recreation, you can ask them. All the different agencies are here tonight in the city, and that's what we've done. We've done something different to see what happens. Now, this is the first time we've done this, and there are an awful lot of people here, which is a good thing. And so we want you to make sure, I've asked everybody from the city that works in the city, make sure you have a name tag on, so when somebody sees the blue tags on them, they'll be able to approach you, and you can approach anyone from the city or any table if you have a specific question about different things. And we're going to see how this works. I know there are some issues. I'm going to throw out two issues I'm going to bring out. One is the Edwards School parking lot. If you're here to talk about that, that is about to be resolved, and there'll be an announcement made in the course. When are we making the announcement? We're making the announcement in the next 2 weeks on how we're resolving that issue. That issue will be resolved. I apologize to the people in this room that were towed out of there. You shouldn't have been towed out of there. That issue will be resolved in 2 weeks, so everyone should be happy. Sullivan Square, if you're here for Sullivan Square, Go to the transportation table. Talk to them about where we are in the process as far as a redesign of Sullivan Square, and move forward on that, and they'll be able to inform you there. If you're here to talk about, what's the name of the tower? One Beacon? One what? What's the name? If you're here to talk about, if you're new, One Charlestown, if you're old, the housing development, that's not finalized. Just so everyone's perfectly clear. As a matter of fact, I haven't even seen the plans myself for that. So let your voices be heard at the table down here. There's no final decision on that. There will be long conversations about that. I don't care what you heard. I've been here for about 4 minutes. I've heard enough discussion on it already to let you know there'll be a lot more discussions about that development before anything gets approved in the city of Boston. Those are the three biggies. I know there are other issues. I'm going to walk around for a little while and see people. I want to thank you for coming. This is an incredible turnout. So make sure, those of you who came in late, every city department's here. Walk around, talk to people, and learn about your city. Thank you very much.